I am Connor Malek. I've been teaching for 5.5 years now. I teach English and the graphic novel to seniors at Lowell High School. It has it has been an experience. It's been great. CLR work was honestly a result that kind of blossomed out of Dr. Holly visiting for PD last year. And as a follow-up to that PD, we were offered the opportunity to participate in the CCRTL binder study, which I took on for the pilot. And then I took on a position at the high school, an instructional lead, that required me to kind of do the pilot again. So I'm been back through on the binder study a couple times, and I've been really implementing CLR to the best of my ability pretty much since Dr. Holly visited. I think there's been a tremendous change in that time, both in student culture, teacher culture, and my own professional practice. And going in that order, I think in my own classrooms, I've seen students really reacting to CLR strategies in a way that I honestly didn't expect when I first kind of dove into the pool. Um, I didn't expect them to buy in, right? Like when you look at those protocols and stuff, they're a little intimidating off the gate. And I remember kind of having a closed mindset about it. But as I went through the pilot program and through the coaching cadre, I started trying these things out and actually seeing the results both in my students' work, but in their discourse as well, which has been a big gap here at Lowell High School, especially since the pandemic and stuff. So it's been nice to really shift the culture back to students talking to one another, being social and sort of responsive with one another, in addition to them kind of just doing the work, if you will. As far as professional practice goes, with the rollout of these strategies and the positions that have been put in place for us to roll out these strategies, I think there's been a tremendous positive shift in, I want to like label it teacher effort, I guess is what I would say, is like people are really going in on these strategies. And I think it's because they work. Like when you see a walk and talk in action go past your classroom in the hallway, you're like, wow, those kids are talking about school. And that's crazy. And that's so awesome. So I think the more people that we have doing it, especially in such a large school, it's really been affecting the professional culture around here and surrounding it. Um, as far as like me personally in my practice goes, I'm trying to get CLR strategies in every day and kind of functional in my classroom every day. And it's actually noticeable at this point when I don't. Noticeable both to me and to the students because they'll kind of be like, "Are you okay? Like, you seem a little low today." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just, out of it or in my own head or whatever." But that's because the teaching's different, because the strategy didn't make it in that day, or because we weren't engaging with the work the same way. And I think, that sort of collaborative relationship and the way that that works really speaks to the effectiveness of those strategies and of sort of shifting your teaching towards CLR. As far as advice I would give to a teacher who's either apprehensive or just getting started with CLR, first and foremost, I would encourage them to try it, even in the smallest sense, is like when one of the strategies or when one of the protocols really works, you'll feel it as a teacher. Um, but if they don't, that's not enough reason to give up, right? It never has been, right? Give a different one a whirl. And as you continue to like what I learned going through the process myself is that a lot of it has to build upon each other. If you're not culturally responsive in your classroom, a lot of the protocols won't work. So you have to go back, you have to check your biases, you have to be reflective on your own teaching style and your own identity. And if you're capable of kind of doing that work and doing that self-reflection or that introspective thought, then taking yourself and putting your new ideas in front of the classroom will have more effect. So, in summation, I would basically say have an open mindset. Don't be afraid to fail, and try it until it works, because when it does work, you're not going to want to stop. You're going to want to kind of keep going with that because it really does make all the difference. And it's made all the difference here, too.